Thanks everybody for being here and sharing this experience with us. Today I'm going to talk to you about our experience with my colleague, Ayşe Bener, at Ryerson University in developing a series of data science-related curricula and what we went through and that process. And doing this, as much as you learn from us, we are hoping to learn from you. So this is a very short presentation. At any time, if you have any questions or comments, please interrupt, and I'd like this to be as interactive as possible, if we can manage it. So why did we take on these initiatives to start educational programs in data science in our institution? Well, as we all know, with the emergence of Web 2.0, social media, and all sorts of sensor devices and so on, there's all sorts of different kinds of data, and there's a paradigm shift around data anymore. It's not siloed data. It's not just belonging to one organization, but it's ever growing, and it's ubiquitous. So of course, this presents many challenges as well as enormous opportunities, such as some of the examples that you see here. In every field, there are lots of efficiencies to be gained by investing and leveraging on the ever-existence of data, big and small. And particularly speaking about our market, the Canadian market, or more particularly the Toronto market, the demand is, as you can see, for people who can do this stuff, the demand is rising. And that's true for all the other major metropolitan areas. So one observation that we make about this is now at this point in time, at least in North America, these opportunities are there, but the key point is that the organizations anymore cannot afford to miss these opportunities. It's not just to get ahead, but it's just to keep up. And we hear that from many partners, organizations around us, and other educational institutions, and everybody else seems to have caught up with this trend, and everybody's wanting to get into this game of data analytics. So as such, the need was clear for us a couple of years ago, and of course the need is clear for not only organizations but major governments all around the world. And here are some examples as to what governments are doing to push these initiatives to leverage the new opportunities and for both societal needs and for the needs of organizations and business. So once it was clear to us that this is something this is a direction we want to take, we looked into what it is that we're going to do here in this educational portfolio. And basically, we looked at a whole bunch of programs and other people who've been doing this for a while. And if we were to summarize what everybody is doing, it seems like it's actually all concepts: statistical modeling, fitting, simulation, and so on and so forth. So the first reaction to when you present this to somebody who is not as well-versed in this stuff, the first reaction you get is, isn't that just statistics? And the answer is actually no, although there is a lot of ties with statistics and quantitative methods and so on. What this kind of education has to focus on is this concept of data intuition. And that borrows from many concepts. People need to have an understanding of data, how it's captured, how it's stored, how it's processed. And then we need to have the methodology, and then we need to know what to do with once we process the data and what to do with those results, and then the communication aspect comes into play. So it's a very unifying theme. All the individual bits and pieces have been around for a while. I think this unification, as well as the variety of data, like the previous presenter made a point of, the novelty in big data makes this a unique concept. So most of us learned these bits and pieces at school, but there haven't been many programs that give you this kind of orientation before. So having said that, once we decided we're going to go ahead with an analytics program, data analytics program, the next step in our thought process was to frame this. What do we mean by analytics? And we just adopted this very simple view of how we look at analytics, which is we look at it through descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive lenses. And we think all of this is important to have, again, the intuitive way of looking at data and processes. So we have to know, we have to have tools and means to be able to figure out what's happened and what is still happening. And we need to be able to use that to predict what might happen in the future. And we need to also have tools based on this data to optimize our processes and what we do so that we gain the most desirable outcomes. And that's the optimization and prescriptive part. So we thought a good program should have all these pieces. And who do we target with this? Basically, 4 different groups. The last one is not necessarily the least important, but it's the most obvious. Recent graduates, people who just got out of an undergraduate program, they want to figure out what to do with their life. This is a good opportunity because of all the demand pictures that we just looked at. But that's not it. This field is probably almost unique in that there are all these other groups of people who are very vastly interested in this, such as working professionals in data-rich fields, such as banking and health and government services. And people working in other fields who want to make a career change because of all the trends and all the job reports and all the demand figures that they find out about. And all those other people who are underemployed or unemployed, now working in non-relevant fields, again, they want to get in the game. So again, a good program or a good curriculum that's going to be successful should at least address a subset of these groups. Not uniquely the bottom level where we just go for the strict people with the undergraduate background in this. Okay, so we looked at what we have to have and what we want to put out there and what our capabilities and capacities are. And as such, our school has a number of undergraduate as well as graduate courses in a number of fields, such as industrial engineering, computer science, and technology management. And we thought, because again, this is, the bits and pieces are actually all the traditional things, the whole new idea about this is going to be the unifying these themes. We thought we could just leverage whatever the existing capacities are. And as a first step, and Ayşe led this effort, we came up with a certificate program in business analytics before a full-blown degree program. And this is particularly designed to meet the requirements of the Certified Analytics Professional Program of Informs. And that was just approved about a week ago. And so that's brand new. But that's a nice stepping stone in our progression towards what we're trying to ultimately achieve here, which is a full-blown master's program in data science. So our existing courses feed into the analytics certificate that is just now real in our institution. And from that, we're going to move on to the full-blown master's program. And that program is going to address all these different 3 levels or classes of analytics. And as such, among all the programs that we looked at, we probably benchmarked the most out of the North Carolina State's program. And that graphical model actually comes from their website. And so as such, we're going to have a series of courses both in the technical as well as management and optimization aspects of analytics. And as such, there are 4 groups participating in this program, or potentially will be participating when it's all rolled out. It's housed in industrial engineering with strong support from computer science, especially for the data storage and management aspects. Another participating group is math for the foundations and statistics. And then myself included, there's a number of people who are going to be contributing from the management school who will be talking more as far as the applied aspects of analytics and decision making and talking to managers and so on and so forth. So We're going to deliver this program if we are able to attract all these people from all these 4 groups of potential student bodies. Then it has to be delivered in, again, a non-traditional format. So the way we're planning to do this is we're obviously going to have evening courses. In our institution, almost all grad courses are in the evening anyway, so that's not a revolutionary idea for this. But there are very few weekend courses, and we need to push that if you're going to attract working professionals. Again, being in downtown Toronto, we expect most of our demand is going to be from the big banks, and not only from downtown Toronto, but we're from the financial district. So we expect a lot of our demand to be from the banking industry. There are big banks in Canada, so the weekends seem to be a nice option for them. And we also are planning to provide modules in intensive weeks and weekends, maybe 3, 4, 5 day intensive periods. And on top of that, of course, we're going to have to make some of our modules available online, and some of them in class, and some of them in a hybrid mode. Again, we cannot emphasize enough that this is the interdisciplinary nature of this program is going to be almost unique, at least in our institution. Most programs are housed by 1 school, or maybe at the most 2, but this needs to be a truly multidisciplinary effort. And it kind of reflects what these people are going to be doing once they get out. They're going to be working in teams, more than likely with people who have their strengths in different aspects of analytics. So as such, some people are going to be more managerially oriented, some are going to be more into the technological aspects, some more into the mathematical modeling, and so on and so forth. So, and our teaching team is also going to reflect that. And that's all I have to say. If you have any questions.